like you can make it out of your struggle, make it out. If you feel like you can't get anything in the world, anything in the world, don't doubt yourself. And don't even let others doubt you. I got a feel for it. Don't let others doubt you. Life without a strategy, you're doomed.
TZ, we do everything big. You got to take that word out your vocabulary. We do everything big. So you're going to say, we're going to do these big 2 minutes. We're going to do these big couch, big interview. Man, look, okay, TZ, this is live from the couch. Anybody out there in the world, take that word out of your vocabulary. Say big. We do everything big.
Everything big.
Date with a purpose, bro. Just don't be out here feeling. Like, don't be out here just trying to be extra. Figure out what you're trying to do with your significant other, whoever it is that you're trying to date with a purpose. And don't be scared to show nudes. It ain't bad.
Don't be scared to show nudes. It's Tezzie, woo, on the couch, woo. It's Tezzie, woo, on the couch. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tezzie IG, and you are watching Tezzie on the couch. You guys, I have a special guest here, my crazy, annoying, funny friend, Devonte. What's going on?
I'm good. Nice to finally be on your show. Nice to finally be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Mm-hmm. But, before we get into today's episode, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Tell your aunts, grandpas, grandmas, family members, sister, brothers, cousins, all that good stuff. Tell them to watch Tezzie on the couch. It's the hottest talk show in the land. What's up? And make sure you guys subscribe, spin those like buttons right now. Are you ready to get into today's topic?
Let's do it.
Okay, so today's topic, guys, is called accountability. So I'm going to ask you this question first. What does accountability mean to you? What does it mean to you?
Accountability to me means being responsible. So when it comes to responsibility, you got to hold up your end of the bargain, whatever they may be. Mm-hmm. So I say responsibility. That's the key word that comes to mind when I hear accountability.
Okay, well, with me, when I think of accountability, I think of owning your stuff. Owning your stuff, like your responsibilities, like you said, like owning it, like whatever you do in life, you own up to it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm. True.
So I got several scenarios. So this is the first scenario. When it comes to accountability, do you think people don't take accountable for the things that they do, whether it's good or bad? I'm gonna say bad.
No, because that comes with, like you say, owning up to something. Mm-hmm. It's like taking self-criticism or taking some criticism nobody wants to hear it. And it can be, I forgot what to say. Forgot your question, I'm sorry.
Do you think people are not accountable for their stuff? Whether it's, I'm going to say good and bad, but really bad.
I'm going to say no, because it takes a certain level of maturity to even admit that you're wrong. And most folks can't even do that. So most folks do not want to take responsibility for their actions.
Okay. Great to know. So, scenario number one. Do you feel that a lot of people make excuses instead of being accountable when it comes to their life?
Of course, it's easier to make excuses. It's easier. It's the easiest way out. When you make excuses, you don't gotta deal with the repercussions of everything. You can blame it on anybody else. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I definitely do.
Okay. So do you feel that when people make excuses, they're hiding from things?
Yeah, you can hide a lot behind an excuse.
Why is that? Name a scenario or a thing and why.
So like if somebody got caught cheating on their significant other, they can blame the other person for that happening. And then with that, they don't really got to dig deep and really figure out what's going on with themselves.
Okay, so they basically missed that accountability part.
Accountability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool beans. Well, when I think of accountability, okay, you said cheating, so I'm gonna just do wing off cheating. I'm gonna wing it, you know. Like a lot of people, I feel like when they cheat, instead of leaving a person, they just stay there and they just continuously stay instead of like making note, like, okay, this is a problem I have. Maybe I don't want this person or don't want anything to do with this person, but in reality, they just feel like have you ever heard a saying when somebody was like, I lied to you because I love you?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
More like I lied to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. So yeah, it don't really make sense, but that comes back to making excuses. The truth is ugly. It can be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an easy way out. It's a cop-out from telling the ugly truth. Truth is ugly. You can make up an excuse and make it not seem as ugly as the real situation is.
Okay. So do you think if a cheater took accountability of them being a cheater and like owning it up to their spouse, whether it's male or female, the relationship could work out or it would still probably become toxic?
I mean, if they can address the situation within themselves, it can definitely work out. That's the problem. Most of us don't want to accept our own flaws and deal with it.
Okay.
So with that being said, I believe people can, like you say, own up to their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It can change the whole situation and relationship.
Okay. Cool things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's think of an African American standpoint. I like to debate, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate today.
Let's do it.
I like to play. I'm gonna be devil advocate today. Like Tezzie gonna be devil advocate. I'm always the nice. I'm gonna actually be devil's advocate. So I'm gonna disagree with everything you say.
All right.
I'm gonna make an argument.
All right.
All right. So do you feel that in the African American community that outside of us making excuses, a lot of us make the excuse of the white man is the reason why we're not succeeding in today's time?
I feel like to a certain extent, people do make excuses because we see people who come from certain situations that we come from and they make a way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a way out. Sometimes you got to dig deep within yourself to find it. You got to go through trials and tribulations, a lot of hard work, but people can make excessive excuses of that.
Okay, so why do you feel like they make those excuses though?
Because you look at it, you know, the way things are put and the way things are said is, it takes a lot to make it out of it. I mean, with everything we got to deal with, to growing up in bad neighborhoods, bad communities. Even in our families, there's so much trauma there. Mm-hmm. We really got families that even talk about emotions. People don't even know how to love each other right, even express themselves. And it's just so difficult coming out of a situation like that when everything is against you. Being surrounded by so much negativity, it gets really hard to find positivity in that light when you're in the dark for so long.
Mm-hmm. I like how you ended that, when you're in the dark for so long.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, if you guys see this episode, that's the key word, key phrase, when you're in the dark for so long. So comment below the key phrase. I'm gonna play devil advocate.
Bring it.
I feel like when it comes to people in the society or whatever the case may be, I do feel that a lot of people are not accountable. Like a lot of people make excuses of, oh, I didn't graduate. I'm gonna say graduate high school. I didn't graduate high school because I feel like this is what the white man wants us to do, or the white man don't want us to succeed, so I'm just going to do it. Instead of taking that oomph and that leap and trying. A lot of people do not try. And that's the problem with our society as African American community. We don't try. A lot of us could be rich, but a lot of people are scared to follow their dreams. So it's like a even square and fair, sorry.
No, I can agree with that. And that goes once what I was saying before. It starts in the household. And it's based on everyone's individual perspective. Mm-hmm. We all see life different. That's like failure. I look at failure as a part of success. You gotta fail to become great at something. Other folks are afraid of failure, so they may never become successful because they're afraid to fail. And with that being said, is society is different now. It's so many things you can like lean back on. So like somebody like you fail, somebody always saying, hey, it's okay, you know, we'll find a place for you here, find a place for you here. But it all comes down to the person's, you know, individual personality and their own ambition.
Yeah. Me, when I think of failure, I ain't gonna lie, I be nervous to fail. Like, I be so embarrassed. Cause it's like, with me, it's like always eyes on me and things in that necessity. So it's like, it can be like judgment at each angle. And it's just be like, I don't want to disappoint people from failing. So it's like very a nervous wreck when it comes to me, when it comes to failing.
No, that's deep. Yeah, failure got so many different meanings. Failing is due in part with fear, which is like false evidence appearing real. And most of us, we make up fear and we make up our own failures. Sometimes we may say, I can't do that without even trying. How do you know you can't do that until you try it? And it goes back to the person's mindset, what they've been through, and what they're willing to go through to accomplish their dream. Okay.
So do you think when it comes to an aspect of people following their dreams, whatever the dream is, do you feel like a lot of people, is not successful because they, how can I put this? A lot of people is not successful because not only did they not try, they made the excuse of there's no resources to find to try. I feel like this, if you're still using that excuse in 2021, grow up. I'm going to say grow up. The reason why I'm going to say grow up is because you have the internet, you have different base. This is not 1960. I'm sorry. Grow up.
No, I completely agree. It's a whole different era we live in right now. I mean, information is in the top touch of a button. You got Google right on your phone. You can even speak to it, and there's no excuse to not at least find, you know, the information you're looking for.
Hold on, pause. He said speak to it. He thirsty. He'd be like, okay, Google, hello, Google, like.
Wow, that was random.
No, I'm just saying you was just so thirsty to say you can speak to it, but
Google,
you know, go ahead.
Google better than Siri though.
We ain't gonna go there today, not today.
Google was definitely better. What was your question again?
Yeah.
Back to like, you know, to the lack of resources. It's all around us, and it's accessible to everybody. There's no reason to say you can't find something when you can Google your phone. I mean, we do everything else on our phones. Why can't we do something actually productive? And if you always worry about somebody's opinion of you, you will never be successful because everybody got their own opinion. Everybody got their own mouths for a reason. So they are entitled to their own opinion. And they will definitely voice their opinion, but it's up to you to allow, you know, what's to be heard and what's not to be heard and what's to be ignored.
Okay, so do you feel like people need to be accountable when it comes to following their dreams? Because, you know, when people get into their 30s, they be like, shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
I definitely, everybody is accountable. That's why some folks make it, some folks don't. Some folks blame other people. Oh, I had kids, or I had this and that. We didn't have no money. People made their way out of nothing. So I don't really think it's an excuse. It's all about your mindset and where you want to be. And like I said before, perspective for life.
Okay, so you have a kid, so I can ask the question. So since you have a kid, do you feel like you have to always be accountable with everything you do plus with them, if that makes sense?
Yeah, definitely. Kids see everything. They watch everything. They see everything. We gotta hold ourselves accountable because the kid watches everything you do. They do what they see, not do as you say. So you can't tell the kid to go to school and you never finish school. It just don't make sense. And they ask you the question, you didn't finish school. You know, in that case, what do you say? Right? Another thing is, I believe kids are your biggest assets. And a lot of people allow YouTube and other things like that to raise their kids. Not judging anybody. Not judging nobody. Because YouTube be having my kid in front of the screen. But too much YouTube, you know, if you're not really dictating what they're watching, who knows what they watch and how they grow up. Some people get upset because their kids don't know how to spell their name or don't know basic things. And because, you know, we're not teaching our kids. We got to actually teach our kids.
Okay, so do you feel like a lot of parents right now in today's generation, in 2020, a lot of them is failing their kids because you just basically said YouTube. So I'm going to use YouTube as the example. YouTube is raising their kid and not them. So it's like they spending a lot of time on these tablets and things in a necessity. So is the parent accountable for that, or is the kid just like, okay, I can do whatever I want at this point in time?
It varies. Every situation is different. It definitely varies depending on, different factors like how old is the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But society, there's so much going on. Parents work, people working 2 jobs,
Well, scratch out what people working. I'm talking about like the at-home parents that ain't doing nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, like you say, it's a cop-out. It's an excuse. YouTube, watch your kids. YouTube, you give a kid a tablet and you ain't got to worry about that kid at all. So it's easier, and people get used to that because it's comfortable and it's easy, and they rely on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, YouTube is definitely raising a lot of kids out there, and it's definitely showing.
So do you think, so we had quarantine, COVID, kids were at home doing schooling. Did you feel like a lot of parents was stressed, didn't know what to do on the accountability part, like you fail your child if your child failed school?
Big time. I believe so. And plus, it was a huge adjustment for both the kids and parents.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody seen this coming. You either adapt to it or you don't. A lot of people didn't know what to do with it. The Zoom school, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid actually got to be accountability. And, based on the kid's age, some kids were able to make that switch, some kids weren't. You got kids at home in school. I mean, you got a kid in bed on a laptop or tablet,
That's why they bust need to get out of bed. You
8 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, you see that kid like, okay, I'm gonna stop video and I'm about to play the game or go back to sleep.
Yeah, I know some kids that went back to sleep.
I mean, you even seen parents in the background doing, who knows what, and they weren't supposed to, but it's a thing you have to adjust to and adapt.
Which is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think I'm gonna dive into what part of society I want to dive into? I'm gonna say society in general. I'm gonna say stereotypes. Do you think a lot of people are stereotypes because they don't take control of their own life to not be a stereotype?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And that's just based on you gotta be willing to self-correct yourself and fix the problem. And the thing is, you gotta look in the mirror and you gotta discover yourself. And to discover yourself is you gotta find the flaws. Mm-hmm. You gotta find the bad along with the good.
Mm-hmm.
What are you willing to change and willing to work on? And how bad do you want it? We all got bad habits, and they didn't develop over one night or 1 week. It took years to develop. So in order to kill that bad habit, we gotta develop a good habit. And it takes more than just a day of doing a good habit, or a week, even take months to get rid of a bad habit. Mm-hmm. So I feel like once you're committed to that and you do whatever it takes, then you'll be able to finally see some goals and changes in your life. Mm-hmm. All right, male or female, who do you think is more liable to actually connect on a more accountable phase? Like who will be more
male or female?
Yeah.
Wow, jeez.
Susceptible to actually.
So you sexist over here?
Not at all. You about to.
Male and female accountable in a relationship.
Yeah, you made me the host now, so yeah.
They both is.
Yeah.
I can't differentiate because they both are.
True.
It just depends on the situation too, of whatever they gotta be accountable of. If you saying bills and they both agree that they both gonna pay bills, then it shouldn't be nothing late, it shouldn't be nothing missing, it should be paid.
I got you. I actually got a better question for you. All right. So
I'm nervous.
So how do you feel about following your dreams and hearing the negative talk and hearing the negative stuff people say about you, even family? Do you feel like your family has the accountability to help you achieve your goals and dreams, or is it strictly on you?
It's me. They're a nobody. No offense. I love everybody, but at the instance, they are a nobody when it comes to following your dreams. Because at the end of the day, it's you. This is your accountability. This is your life. You only live once. And if you really want to go after what you believe, you will take those extra steps, those extra leaps, those extra miles. You don't let nobody come in between those extra gadgets. That's when you fail yourself once it just keep hindering you, that's when you fail.
I agree. So boom, right back at you. Another question. Do you
Oh,
think we should hold our parents accountable for us not being in a better position that we're in currently?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to ask you that question.
Yeah, push you to it.
There you go. Alright, the parent. Okay, reiterate. Say it again.
So
I need them to hear it again.
So do you believe we should hold our parents accountable for the positions we're in? Do you feel like we should hold our parents more accountable?
Well, at some state, yes, but then at some state you have to grow up and be like, okay, now it's my turn to take accountability. So I can see like after high school or something like that, cool. But when do you keep drowning yourself in saying, oh, my parent made me this way and this is why I'm this way? Like, that's when it becomes a problem, because at the end of the day, you can't take responsibility of your own life. What do you think on this question?
I agree. Some point you do grow up. Some point you do get your own mind, develop where you want to go, who you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't have your own family and still blaming your mom and dad because, like, oh, they didn't teach me this, they didn't do this for me.
So wait, I can blame my own parents, right? Because I ain't got my family of my own yet. You just said when you have a family of your own.
Okay, yeah, that comes different factors, different, influences. But at some point, you gotta be an adult. Everybody want to be grown so bad. Everybody, when they was younger, they couldn't wait to be an adult. Now we're adults, and you want to go back to being a kid. It don't work like that.
I got a question for you. You believe in zodiac signs?
Nah, a little bit.
It's alright with me. It's a question mark. But you know how people be like, oh, I'm the way I am because my zodiac said this. Do you feel like people are taking accountability, like no zodiac should be like what this zodiac sign say, like, oh, whether it say I'm a terrible person, I'm toxic, or anything in that necessity, do you feel that they don't take accountability and stop blaming these stars, the moon, and all that for why they are to make them a better person? Or why they an ain't shit person?
Yeah, definitely. I think they should hold this stuff more accountable. But once again, it's just easier to like, oh yeah, my zodiac said I'm a bad person, so I'm about to be bad today. But the word toxic, let's talk about that.
The definition of you.
Definition. All right, I'm not toxic at all. You ask anybody I know, I'm untoxic. But I feel toxic being next to you a little bit.
Well, why?
You're such a toxic person, and
I'm a dark spell.
It radiates off you. But
great.
Do you think people like take toxic as a good thing to be in nowadays? Like, I'm toxic. I know I'm toxic. They got to deal with it.
Unfortunately, yes, and it's really sad to see that, because I feel like being toxic is not cute, and a lot of people find it cute to be toxic, and it's not cute. I feel like if you know you toxic, that means you need to work on yourself, because clearly you shouldn't be being with nobody and you know you toxic. Because at the end of the day, at some point in life, you have to be able to control your emotions, especially if you're dating. You can't just be toxic and arguing, want to fight the person you with. First of all, if somebody got to make me that mad in a relationship that I got to fight them, that means I don't need them.
True. I agree. Definitely agree. This age in society, a lot of folks like, yeah, I'm toxic. It is what it is. So what? Like, no, ain't no so what. People, it's become a standard
To be toxic.
Be toxic. Yeah, to be toxic is like somehow it's cool. I don't know why, but it's not cool at all being toxic. People don't got to put up with you being toxic. It doesn't make any sense to be toxic. But society got it okay to be toxic.
So do you feel like any relationships you were in, you were toxic? Yes, I got to ask those questions.
Petty. Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. And if anybody say no, they lying. Or they not been accountable.
Okay, so if you was being accountable right now, what was one of the toxic traits you had?
Definitely holding stuff against that person. Like,
So you a grudge holder?
Big time.
Okay.
Big time. They say Taurus, the zodiac signs, like to hold stuff in and hold it against people. I say they kind of got me on that. But I've learned to let stuff go and address it in a matter, when I feel it, not hold on to it. But I say that'd be my biggest toxic trait.
So say you with somebody, y'all arguing, whatever.
Yeah.
So do you express you mad in an argument, or you hold it all in? You suck it in, and then you just like and be mad at them for whatever they tell you or whatever they said out of anger. You mad now in your heart, and you just like, I ain't gonna let it go. So you like irritate, and then you nitpick.
Yeah, but that's how I usually be. I be like, okay, and then hold it in, and then the next argument to come, that'll come right back up with it, and then yeah.
Yeah, you're toxic, brother man.
I want to flick it on you though.
Jeez.
Any of your past relationships, do you think you were toxic?
Yes, I feel like I was toxic when it came to. Let me think. It's a great question. Nobody called me out on my toxicness.
We did today. So, speak on it.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Shout out to Candy. Candy Cody Nights here. But nah, was I toxic? Yeah, I was toxic. But when I say I was toxic, when I would get mad, I'm not like that no more. But when I get mad, I used to say things that I know I shouldn't say, but I just used to get up under a person's skin because I feel like if somebody's gonna hurt my feelings, I should hurt them back.
That's big toxic.
Yeah.
That's kind of more toxic than mine.
Don't do that. We're not about to play the who was toxic.
So comment below, who's more toxic, Tezzie or Devonte?
Devonte.
I'm gonna say Tezzie. That was really toxic.
I'm not that toxic.
I want to ask you another question. Do you feel like being in a relationship with someone who's toxic can make you more toxic?
At some point, yes. And the reason being is because after you're around that person so much, I don't want to say become as one, but you kind of do. And say you dating somebody, y'all argue all the time, like damn near 24/7. It's going to get to the point it's overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely reciprocate energy. You toxic to me, I'm bringing it right back to you. I'm not holding back.
See, you was toxic.
That's why, you got to be careful who you're around. You are who you're around. So you got to control your environment so don't become toxic like Tezzie here.
We ain't going to keep calling me toxic.
We not. Stop being toxic, though. Maybe we can stop calling you toxic. You stop being toxic.
That's probably why I'm single, because I'm toxic.
Accountability. At least you.
Yeah.
At least you can accept that. At least you can accept that. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
But no, I just aside. So let's go on a friend level.
Okay.
So we thinking of a friend level. You have a toxic friend. When I say a toxic friend, like say you support this friend all the time. You always supportive with this friend. But when it's time to get that support received, do you feel like some friends don't take accountability? Like, oh, my friend always here for me. It's time for me to be here for my friend.
Yes. Big yes. I had a lot of friends like that. Not pointing a single person out, but yes. And at that point, it's basically where you got to decide, like, you keep giving somebody your time and energy, and you support them, and they're not giving you that back to you. They basically sucking you dry and sucking life out of you. And that's when...
it's like a cancer stick.
Yeah. And that's what I like to say, either change your friends. No, I forgot what it's called. I always said, you change the people around you, or you change the people around you. And you can't change people, so I'm not saying you gotta cut that friend off, but you gotta understand, where you wanna head in life, and you gotta understand that you need somebody who gives and who'll give back to you instead of somebody who just takes. So you gotta control your friends, control your environment, or let your environment and friends control you.
Oh, keyword number 2. Say that again.
You either control your friends and control your environment, or your friends and environment will control you.
Period, poo. I had to be funny.
And another thing, that's another thing about it. People, they say you change when you trying to better yourself and you hang around different people. that's just, that's toxic right there because they can't accept your growth. And like I tell people, you don't want to grow with me, I got to outgrow you because people will hold you back.
So is it hard to like outgrow people? Like, is it hard or heartbreaking to outgrow like somebody you knew from like 20 years or something?
It can be. It definitely can be, based on y'all previous friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you got to decide what's best for you. You either let somebody hold you back
Mm-hmm.
or you just, reach for the stars and go get it. And you can't take everybody to the top with you. They gonna hold you down. They gonna be hold on to your leg while you flying like this. They gonna be out there hold on to your leg. And you can't fly with so much weight on you down. So I definitely agree you gotta cut them off.
Okay.
It is what it is. How about you actually? How you feel about, having a friend that you support all the time and when you're doing something like this, they don't really support you, they don't tune in?
I just be like, okay, so I know where you are in your mind state that if I feel like you're not supporting me in my endeavors, I slowly stop supporting. Some extremely supportive when it comes to a lot of things, friends and etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I slowly just break off. But once my wings are all feathered off, it's it. That means you ran me dry and it's like I can't support you. And there's no bad or harsh feelings about support. My thing is, back then I just used to support, and it was like nobody. I don't want to say nobody, but people wasn't giving me that same energy, and it was just like, okay, so how am I gonna change? I'm not gonna give a cold switch up. I just know I won't really sing you my shows. I won't really do certain things because I know you're not gonna watch it. So it'll be like I'm wasting time in a dead air space.
And it don't take much to support anybody. I mean,
it's a quick share on your story.
Yeah, share, even a like. I mean, it takes a second to share it. I mean, people can share other people's quotes and shows and, this clips and all this other stuff, but you can't share somebody you came up with stuff.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it takes like a second, but I don't know what it is, but yeah, it takes a minute to support your friend.
So what about when the friends are like not accountable about support? So say like they make excuses of why they can't support you when you're always there for them.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's crazy because social media, like I say, even with this, people will scroll past your stuff and then the next story underneath it, they'll like it or comment or share it. But you can do that on mine. And that's when I believe like either they friends or not friends. And that's accountability. Accountability is you hold somebody to a certain standard. You either meet it or you don't meet it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to that point, is either you still gonna be friends with them or you not. But I believe in life, you need standards. And that's how you figure out who's for you and who's not for you.
Okay. You know how they be like, support black business, everything black on, black this, black that. Do you feel like we starting to do segregation? Take accountability now. Do you feel, wait, hold on, I ain't done. Do you feel like we starting to take segregation? Because remember back then times, the 1900s, I'm going to call it 1900s. Back then it was like white only, black only. It was just like that. Do you feel like now we starting to be segregated as a community of Black African Americans? Accountability.
Not
and then whatever you say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with the argument.
Yeah, no, not at all, because it starts with supporting each other first of all, and we still don't support each other. I mean, we are the biggest consumer. We spend the most money out of everything else, and it's not always blacks supporting blacks. It's always blacks supporting other people. And that accountability is when you go to the hair store and you want to buy, bundles and stuff like that, or get your nails done, and then your other friend do nails too, but you rather go to them, get your nails done, and you pay their price, but when your friend comes with the same price, you want a discount because that's your friend.
Okay, I don't believe in discounts. You're going to support me wholeheartedly.
Yeah, but you didn't ask them for a discount. Why ask your friend for a discount?
Because people be wanting the favors.
But that's what I think though. I don't think we are. No, I think we finally believe in and supporting one another, and it's amazing to do. It's a different time, and we must start doing more of that as well though.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate.
Toxic.
I'm not toxic, guys.
That voice right there just let me know how toxic she was.
Oh, what was wrong with the voice?
And that face. Hope y'all seen that. Continue.
Anyway, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Sometimes I do feel like we starting to segregate each other, and that's the only reason because it's like everything is starting to be black this, black that, and it's just like I remember listening to like my grandparents and them talk about how it was always white this, white that. So it's like I'm starting to feel like we becoming the new segregators. If that makes any sense.
No, I see it, and like I say, I mean, I'm big on that though. I'm big on that because
even though it happened to us, so I'm not saying I don't want y'all to be trash talking me in the comments because that's not what I'm on. I'm not on nothing crazy. I'm just saying like, yeah, we are becoming that. But at certain extent, we had it done to us for 400 plus years. So I do not think it's right to put fire with fire though. So say somebody hurt you real bad.
yeah,
Somebody hurt you to the core.
yeah.
And played you out of something you gave to them. Yeah.
It was personal.
I had to take a little personal. I ain't gonna say no name. Jesus.
Yeah.
But somebody played you, like played you. Y'all was cool. Y'all was dating, and then the person, I don't want to say disappeared, but she vanished for a good minute. And then she popped back up like, what's up, baby? You know, what's up, baby? Hi, baby. She popped back up, and then you just looking like, okay, so where you been in like 3 months?
Yeah.
So how do you feel like when people vanish and then come back and then vanish again and then come back? Because I can tell you my story on here. I can do a little minor story talk about it. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, boom. So yeah, I feel like something like that, somebody ghosting me, something like that, with no reason, no explanation or nothing. You leave once, you don't get to say me twice, so that's on you. Ain't no excuses, ain't no sorries, don't really matter. And you do it twice, like, oh, it's really that bad. You definitely can't come back.
So you don't play baseball, 3 strikes and out?
No, because somebody really care about you, I mean, I get you all messed up one time, okay, but doing it twice, that's a different story. But 3 times, when somebody does something against you and they know they can get away with it, they will do it again and again and again. That's why I believe you have to set standards so they know what it is and you don't got to deal with that, heartbreak or situation at all. But I want to hear about your story. Yeah.
Alright, so I ain't gonna put no names. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So I was in a relationship with somebody. Ooh, my accent coming out. Jeez. I was in a relationship with somebody, and accent, you want to come out? I just need to know. But yeah, so I was in a relationship with somebody, and he was cool. No pun intended. We broke up. He came back. He left. He came back again, and then left. And it was just like, okay, so why don't you not know what you want to do? Like, it's either you stay or you be gone. So it's like, I feel like when people do that, they waste people's time. And I think that's why right now I have not been dating anybody, because I'm so scared for my time to be played with, because I value time like very hard.
I got a question for you.
Go.
Accountability, right? So,
Jesus.
Do you think we should hold ourselves accountable for somebody else wasting our time, even when you've seen the signs and you ignored it?
Yes. And the reason why I say yes is because if you was blinded by love and you missed out on those red flags, that was on you. Reason why it was on you is because you got so caught up in being in love and being infatuated with the relationship that you missed the important pieces that told you to run.
Even when somebody is like so good at hiding things and covering things up.
See, my thing is, if you hide things and cover things up, if you got to put on a facade to be with somebody, then you're wasting that person's time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because oftentimes we do see the signs. You may not realize it, but the signs be there all the time. And people can only do a facade for so long until the real them come out.
That's my favorite word. I swear to you. I would tell somebody. I feel like that if you want to date me, my first thing I'm gonna ask you is, I hope you been putting on a facade, because I'm not doing that. You can go. That sounds so terrible.
That is your word. Facade.
It is.
How you spell that?
We're not doing that right now.
That's just my head. I'm gonna figure it out how to spell facade. But
You gonna text me the spelling?
I'm gonna definitely Google it, and Google facade, and I'm gonna send a screenshot to you.
To see if my definition right.
That too.
So you don't trust me?
I trust you though. I heard facade before, but you use that word a lot, like really often.
So what you trying to say, like?
Trying to say you say the word facade a lot. But no, I do agree with that. You know, we should hold ourselves accountable for people wasting our time, because you allow that person in your space,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to know what you're getting into, you know, before you get into something that's hard to get out of.
So I have a question for you. So do you feel like when a relationship doesn't work out, do you feel like both parties supposed to take accountability for it, or do you feel like a person supposed to blame a person why it didn't work out?
I definitely feel like both sides should take accountability, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, as I realized in my previous relationships.
You must have made 1,000 mistakes.
Probably made like 1 million.
You was probably on your knees like, baby, come back to me.
Nah. That's not me, but
It's okay you were singing. Well, wait, no, I don't think nobody would hear that.
So I'm the best singer when the music is up very, very loud and you can't hear me.
That sounds like he can't sing. I'm just sorry. I just gotta be real.
That's toxic. But I can sing, just when the music is louder than me.
I heard you 1,001 times. You can't sing.
Because the music was louder than me. But I do believe both sides of the party should take some type of accountability, because, you know, both sides, nobody's perfect. I'm pretty sure both sides could have things they could have did better to make things work. And I feel like to make a relationship work, you must have a system with both y'all, not say check each other, but it's like a check and balance system. It's like, all right, you know, I was wrong. And okay, I can fix this and work on this. It's gotta be some type of mutual agreement and agree to disagree. You know, it always gotta be a fight.
Okay, let's play a game.
Oh.
So the game is to see who is accountable.
Alright.
So it's male, female, both.
Alright.
But if you pick male, female, both, you have to have a reason.
Alright, bet.
Alright. First word, cheating. Male, female, both.
Both. I'll say both, because you can't really just, you know what I mean, specify one gender cheating, because there's many different factors and influences. But I'm gonna say both, because women and men cheat.
Who cheat the most? I be wanting to know. Who cheat the most?
We should create a poll for that. But I would say maybe women cheat the most, maybe.
What?
And they just don't get caught because they've been doing it for so long, and they got the science down. And, you know, they come back home like everything is all good.
So the cameraman wants to speak, guys. We're gonna let the cameraman get it. Come on. I don't normally do this. Go ahead.
Well, when you ask that question, I feel like it depends on the type of cheating. I feel like
Man, what is the type of cheating? Cheating is cheating.
physical cheating, emotional cheating. I feel like women do more emotional cheating, men do more physical cheating.
I agree.
So why do you feel that females is doing the emotional cheating? And then I'm gonna follow up the question with the male, physical.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, females, communication is very important to a relationship. Females, they're more into the communication and, you hearing them out.
Mm-hmm.
So if they feel like they're not getting it at home, whether the guy's tired or just neglecting them or whatever, they might try to talk to another guy. Like, whether it's a friend or a coworker or whatever. And talking leads to more detailed, personal talking and emotional cheating. Guys, we're more visual. So we kind of feel like, not we, because I ain't a part of all that. But
he already said the no.
But if a guy is like losing interest in this woman physically, he may be like, oh, this chick over here, she's kind of bad, start getting into a physical relationship with them.
Okay. So what you think, Uncle, with the cameraman?
No, he definitely has some great insight. Actually, he actually went farther more into detail than I was, and basically
saying guys are the cheaters.
It's kind of hard to put an actual,
They are. It's okay.
actual answer on it, but like they both.
No, women
both
and
cheat,
men, they both cheat.
though. Today's society, I don't know who cheat more though, but the answer may shock you though.
Do you know the answer?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Because he made it sound like he knew the answer.
But I don't want to be biased and sexist though, but it's just like things are turning around these days. It's like turning around. Question is, so say like you won a lottery, right? Do you feel accountable to take care of your whole family or immediate family if you was to win a lottery, and why?
I feel like immediate with me. I feel like immediate just because I'm the glue of the family. So I do feel like I'm responsible for everybody. I feel like if one fall, we all fall. Also on top of that, if I got it, they got it.
So why do you feel like that?
It's just how I was raised, honestly. It's just, I think now that I'm an adult and I'm far as almost 30, it's like hard to get out of it. Because it be times I don't want to be the glue.
So you you refer to yourself as the glue of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So what comes with that? What kind of responsibility? What kind of accountability comes with that?
A lot. Because it's like not only you accountable for yourself, you accountable for things that's around you that comes within them. So say something bad happened to one family member where you got to drop everything, go quick. It can be stressful. It can, but the accountability is like, with me, it's like never to let nobody down.
Okay.
So it's like, I really feel bad if I let somebody down.
So how do you deal with that pressure?
How I used to deal with it, I used to be stressed. Now I just be like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But now I'm learning not to let everybody problems affect me. So it's like now I take myself out of a lot of people's problems. Because when I think of me keep carrying everybody's problems, that's when I'm not healthy. Carrying everybody's stuff. So it's like, I have to take care of me first. But I don't mind helping, but I'm coming into this part of me now. It's like, yes, help is cool, but it's time to branch out and let people fall on their own. Because nobody's going to learn from their mistakes if they always have a comfort blanket.
All right, I'm going to throw another one at you.
What's these curveballs?
Oh, they coming now. This is a fastball. So, back to the cheating thing. Do you think people should hold themselves accountable for their mate cheating on them? And why? Yes or no?
Jeez. Should I play devil's advocate? It's a yes and a no. I'll start with the yes first. The reason why I would say yes is because depending on you have to put yourself in a mindset. If somebody cheat on you, you have to put yourself in a mindset like, I know this might sound terrible. This does not make you feel insecure about evaluating the situation in yourself. So things you evaluate like, okay, was I not home enough? Was I not giving that person, that spouse or significant other what they need in order to be with me or not cheat on me? Those other factors. So it's some points, but if you know for a fact that you did this, that, and third, and you know that's why your mate walked out, it's on you. It's on you. That's all I can say. But if I would say no, is because say if the person didn't know anything, they did everything right, they tried, worked it out, and the person's constantly still continuously cheat, then I would say no, but it does become their fault when they keep on allowing somebody to cheat on them. Because at the end of the day, what you allow is what people keep on doing. So if you forgive somebody for cheating, real stuff, I see it a lot. If you forgive somebody for cheating, 9 out of 10, they're gonna constantly do it. Cause they're gonna be like, oh, such and such forgave me, so I can keep doing it. All I gotta keep saying is, baby, I'm sorry. I'm gonna reiterate that question on you though.
What question?
The cheating.
You basically hit every point on the head right there, though. Some people do all this stuff accountable, like I could have did more.
Mm-hmm.
And I say no, because sometimes people don't want to be kept. You can't force somebody to be faithful.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically hit every nail on the head, and I just add those two inputs in that way.
Do you feel like respect is an accountability in a relationship? Like having respect for your partner? And that's when y'all together and when y'all not together. Is that a man-female problem or both?
I definitely say both. You can't really put a gender-specific role on that one, but you know, for the relationship to stay strong, you gotta have respect for yourself and, you know, for the other party. You can't just be out here respecting the person when they're around, but when they're not around, not respecting them. Because, you know, eventually it will get back to them.
Mm-hmm.
So first, you know, you gotta have respect for yourself and for your partner at all times. That's how it's gonna work. And you gotta build on that.
Okay. So do you feel like that's a problem with today's generation why a lot of relationships is not succeeding? Is because they're the lack of respect for each other?
Most definitely. That too, and it's so easy. Everybody's so accessible. You got social media. You can slide just about anybody's DM. And just like that, things change.
I find out you be out here sliding.
Nah, ain't nobody DM. You can ask. I'm not nobody DM.
If
If I'm ever in anybody's DM and you don't respond to me in an hour or so, I'm gonna unsend my message. So never happen. You're not gonna catch me. Never happen. You're not about to be screenshot me like, oh, these dudes be thirsty in my DM and see my face. Not gonna happen.
I got 1,001 screenshots, y'all.
Petty. Not in there.
But nah. Negative.
Like I mean, for the simplest problem,
Mm-hmm.
somebody, a small fight and the person will leave and they go DM somebody else or DM an ex, and it's that simple to even
That's
put
so
back up
disrespectful.
with anybody. It's easy. And
So do you feel like social media is playing a role in a part of why relationships is not working out? Or is people using social media as an excuse for their relationship not to work out?
both.
Why both?
Like the cameraman was saying, for any problem in a relationship, nothing's always perfect, man. Somebody may get tired of the other person, and instead of working it out, talking about it, they may go to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Social media got a lot of people on there posting. You may see somebody attractive, and you're like, you know what? I'm not getting this from my partner, so why not get it from somewhere else? Vice versa. It just makes it that much easier and accessible to go cheat or do something else, or even talk to somebody else. So social media plays a huge part in that, because back in the day you didn't have that. You had to actually go out and then go actually.
Okay, but back in the day, marriages, they was cheating too, though.
They
The
was.
man was going to work, and then they was just cheating. The woman was left at home. The man was going to work, and he was doing whatever he needed to do. So I heard a lot of stories like that, and I'm like, so it's like, marriage is crazy. I want to be married. A lot of people, marriage is a whole different story when it comes to relationships. It's a whole nother top tier. So in a marriage, do you feel like people should walk away from their significant other if they cheat? If they're married.
So that's a tough one, but I'll say it depends on the relationship, how long they've been together. If that person is really sorry, once you lose somebody's trust, it takes forever to build it back up.
Well, not with you hold it in.
I mean, definitely now I'm more vocal, so I'm not holding nothing in at all. I believe you got to set a standard so you're not wasting nobody's time, yours or theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Person cheats, everybody different, but a person cheats, maybe it can be fixed.
I lose all respect. I'm out.
Yeah, maybe it can't.
I think I'm just gonna run to the divorce place.
But I believe though, back in the day, when they would cheat, and that's why the joke about the mailman,
What joke?
The joke about the mailman was like, by the husband at work working, the mailman come delivering the mail, and it might be delivering something else.
Oh, I never heard that. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's a thing. I don't know if it actually happened to somebody, but probably so.
Okay, I'm gonna take me out. I'm gonna take me out this equation because I don't want to speak on my emotions when it comes to cheating, because I will automatically pew, pew. But it depends on the situation, honestly. But I do feel like if you married, you built that bondage, you should not be committing adultery. I do feel like that. But on a certain token, I do feel. So what if the wife or the husband wasn't home enough and they was missing that satisfaction of one of their love languages? What if their love language is quality time and they not getting that from their partner? So now they're gonna get it from somebody else.
And that's one of the reasons why people cheat. And same thing, it's still the same situation. You still cheated.
But it's like, I don't think people can be sorry for cheating. I really believe that you wholeheartedly cannot be sorry for cheating, because before you have sex with somebody, I'm about to be real and lucrative with everybody. Okay, so before you have sex with somebody as cheating, you already committed cheating when you start committing a conversation. Once that conversation got beyond a friend level, once that conversation was when you are dating someone and you make them feel like you're interested, that is when you are cheating, especially if you know you have a partner. And especially in that conversation, you did not tell them that you're in a relationship. That is the first step of cheating. A lot of people think kissing is cheating. No, that is number one first step. What do you think?
Definitely agree. It's always a thought, and then the thought manifests, and you go a step farther and pursue it, and pursue it, and then action happens, and then, you go all the way. It's definitely, a process to cheating. So I'm going to give you a scenario. So like a married couple.
Okay.
The wife works a lot. And wife is getting in that work. Husband, he working too. He at home. He lonely. He not getting any attention or quality time. He voices his frustration to his wife, but she ignores him because she's so busy working, trying to make partner and anything like that. And he constantly voices it. Nothing changes after, say, a year or so. Does he have the right to pursue somebody else?
No, because at the end of the day, you still made that commitment, that bondage with your wife. So you stepping out still will be a problem. It still become problematic once you bring another person involved.
So should she be held accountable for not doing her part?
Oh yeah, of course. She should be held accountable, of course. Because no way, like, if your man discuss that he having this, that, and third problems with you, and he need more of this, that, and the third from you, then it's you have to take accountability and be like, okay, I see this. Or even they compromise so they can come to an agreement and it can all work out. But if it's no compromising type situation, and then it's not going to work, theoretically, he's going to go cheat on her. Sorry, sis. Okay, while you were in that, have you ever watched Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been watching him on YouTube, right? Yeah. And what he be saying to these women, no offense, I root for women, but the questions that they be asking this man, it just be like, okay, so nobody taught you anything, or nobody like broke it down. It be like stupid questions, and I just be annoyed. And then they get mad when he's assertive or the way he talk, but it's like a lot of women, we so used to being petrified, I think that's the word, and babied, or, oh, we always right, but at some token, we gotta start compromising and actually start understanding certain things.
So like, women are equal to men, women are equal. They make the money, men make. It's kind of like on a level field now.
Yep.
Some women want the man to take care of them fully. So if a man's paying all the bills and everything else, what is the role and responsibility of the woman?
No, literally. Like, he'll ask them, like, how much percent of the household you want to take care of. And a lot of women was saying, like, 20%. So he was like, well, you don't need a career. You just need a 9-to-5. So do you feel that way? Because I feel like that makes sense. Why get all these degrees if you only want to take care of 20% or 15%? So basically, you want him to pay the car note, you want him to pay the mortgage, you want him to pay student loans or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And you only give 20%.
Yeah. I definitely agree. It doesn't make sense. You can't have it both ways, you know. Women have rights too. And,
I mean, of course.
Women are in the working field as men are. I don't know why they see it like they want a man to take care of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and they take on a limited role, and they really want to do anything. I mean, what sense does that make to be in a relationship and you want the guy to do everything? Once again, what do you do? What is your role then?
Right.
I agree with that.
I had to bring him up. He's been starting a trend lately, so I just had to.
He been trending. Yeah.
I don't know. I just got hip to him like a month ago. I don't know. Did you tell me about him?
I probably did. It's another guy out there. His name is Jackson. I don't know his name.
Not Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. Yeah.
The scammer.
Him and Kevin Samuels, I guess they had some words, whatever. A few. They was talking different things. How do you feel like based on their different approach to women in today's relationships and women?
Okay, I can say it because I see both approach.
Mm-hmm.
I see Derek Jackson. He's like the smooth, the petrify, and of course tell women what they want to hear. Cool. But when you get to Kevin Samuels, he's very assertive. He's very strong-willed. And it might seem like he's rude, but in reality, he just not on no bullshit. He's gonna be straightforward with you without petrifying you. Cause some people need it that way. Like he was saying things about like how all women say they 10s. He hilarious when he say Beyonce. He be letting these girls know that they like a 5 and a 6. So it's like when you think you a 10, but in reality you're not a 10. And then one day I listened and he broke it down, and he was like, he asked people how much they weigh. He asked like a lot of questions, and then all makes sense. And then he was like, a woman shouldn't be bigger than a man. Cause then like if you thinking of a real huge foundation when it comes to a relationship, I understood that part, because it's like in a relationship you have to show that you are equally balanced. One thing to show that you're equally balanced and you're consistent is your weight. If you, like me, I'm 5 feet even. I'm 5 feet even and I'm 300 pounds. That's ridiculous. A lot of men gonna pass me up.
For sure.
Cause why am I so daggone big? And now I'm being real now. So what do you think? I don't need a man's perspective over Kevin.
No, I definitely agree, because I mean, you want to be a 10, it comes with certain criteria. I can't be like, yeah, I'm a 10. I mean, if I say I'm a 10, y'all gonna be like, look at your body, look at you.
Yep.
You ain't got no beard, you ain't got this.
It ain't even connecting. Okay, go ahead.
Like, what's your career like? What's your credit like? Do you own businesses? What do you own? Assets. Vice versa, women. Your body, your career, what do you own? It's more than just physical features. But part of the criteria is your body gotta be right.
Okay, so if somebody constantly like want to lose weight and they just not doing nothing, do you feel like they need to be accountable and about why they not losing weight?
1,000% sure. Everybody wants to. I mean, I agree. Everybody want to lose weight. I mean, that's like everybody's New Year's resolution: lose weight. And
everybody trash New Year's resolutions. Don't do them no more. Do not, cause y'all gonna only make those New Year's resolutions. Y'all gonna do it for like 2 days or a week, and then y'all be done. Y'all be tired.
Every year the same thing. You supposed to lost weight like 10 years ago, but
no, I heard people say New Year, New Me.
Stop it, please. That's like 30 years ago. Stop doing that. But the thing with losing weight is like you gotta want it for yourself, and you gotta be committed to it, and it's all mental. Nobody wants to go to the gym, but you gotta be able to lose that weight. You gotta eat better. You gotta change your diet. Be willing to change. And I definitely believe you want to lose. Everybody wants to lose weight, but who's actually, being serious about it and holding yourself accountable to actually losing weight? What plan do you have? You can't just be like, I'm going to the gym. I'm about to run a treadmill for like 15 minutes and then I'm leaving the gym.
That's a waste of time. I'm going to the gym, honestly.
It takes time to lose weight, like it took time to gain weight. You think more relationships work out if women would approach men, and why do you think women don't approach men as much as men?
Why this question? You know, dang, we all don't approach people. Jesus. That's not necessary. That's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I'm not approaching a man because how I was brought up, a man is supposed to approach and they seek what they want. Men are supposed to be hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're supposed to be the lion of the kingdom.
Okay.
So if you want me, you better tell me you want me.
Come and get it, huh?
Period, poo.
Period, poo. All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right, I got a good question for you.
Oh goodness.
Oh, it's good. So, do you feel like women should give men more of a hint while flirting? Like, it takes a lot of courage as a man to go up to a woman. But, like, I feel like they should, like, at least indicate some type of interest or not. Like, maybe, like, eye contact or, like, give us a smile. Give us the A-OK. Because if not, and they not really, you know, they don't really like us back, it can, like, turn sour real quick. Do you agree with that? Like, elaborate on that. Do you think women should give men indication of whether they interested or not?
As I said before, men is supposed to be the lion, so I wouldn't technically feel like a woman should. But today's society, women, they feel the need to go after and go get the man, whether it's nowadays life is women propose to men, women is like really seeking the man nowadays. So everything is starting to be reversed, and now I have to look at life now. We living in a different time zone. That's not back then, so I can't really answer for real, but I just see what today's society is. So I guess if we're thinking of today's society, I guess, I don't know.
I get that, but like it just makes things so much easier. Like either you like me and I'm coming to talk to you, or you can be like, I'm gonna just go.
Okay, but what if a person liked you?
Give me a smile, give me a smirk, give me something like.
But what if they gave you a little gesture?
That's the thing. It be so little and subtle you can't really tell.
That means you need to learn how to read people.
That means people need to be more readable. Is that a word? I probably made it up. I don't know.
But yeah, you need to learn how to read people.
I feel like people need to be more open and like do more. Don't just be like, you flirting and you not giving me nothing. Like, give me something.
Okay, but what if they tried to give you something but you didn't know how to read it?
Like maybe make it a little bit bigger. I'm not saying
basically you want them to be obvious.
I'm not saying like, oh, come here, come get me. I'm saying like, hey, look at me, give me a smile, give me a smirk, give me something. Instead of the dude come up to you and it's all cold and you like not sure. And then y'all be like, oh, this dude harassing me. He like, no, he likes you and he's interested, but you ain't telling him, you're not giving no indication of what it is.
I mean, some women may be like, all I did was smile. That's not an invitation. So like, give like a wink or something.
Yeah, so I feel like give an indication. I mean, it ain't gotta be big, but it can be something. I feel
Okay, question y'all. Comment below if you feel like women should give an indication to men.
Yeah, definitely comment below if y'all feel like, you know, women should give men more of an indication of interest. Yay or nay, yes or no. It's that simple. It'll save a lot of time. It'll save y'all a lot of harassments. It'll make the whole situation a lot smoother. Another question. Do you think everyone you talk to or date deserves the best you, like right out of the gate? Or should like, does it take time to like...
No, man, you don't never get nobody the best you offhand. Like, what the heck? No, and the reason being is because people take advantage.
True.
When you give somebody all of you, that's why I will give somebody a portion of me before I give them 100% all. Because people's intentions, you don't know what their intentions are when they first start wanting to talk to you. Because they can be like, I just want you around, but I really don't mess with you like that. Mm-hmm. Or it can just be like, oh, I'm just trying to smash you, and that's it. So it's like, you don't know people's attention. So I do want you guys to play it smart and don't give your all from the jump. But you ease into giving your all, cool. But just giving it from the jump, no. I think the F not.
True. So the other thing is, we talking about Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jackson. Which type of man would you want for yourself? Somebody who would be like real smooth talking and tell you just about anything just to make you happy and smile? or a guy.
Man, no, be
who will
real with me. Don't even lie to me or sugarcoat it. Be real to me. Because, like, in general, when it comes to communication, I don't want nobody that's going to smooth talk me out my life. No, tell me what it is. Like, that's like if you mad at me or you feel some type of way, you trying to sugarcoat it so you can validate my feelings. No, I need you to be assertive and say what it is you want. And if I made you feel some type of way, say it.
I like that. All right. Okay.
Oh, I sound like an alpha and I'm really not.
Hey, did.
I just be watching alphas. Like, it's a person. I'm not going to say this person. But ever since I keep hearing this word from this person, this alpha word, it drives me insane. So it's like I started studying on this because I need to quit hearing this word. And it's like, alright, maybe this person might be assertive. But then I'm like, nah, man, nah. So it's like, But it's like, it's two different things of being assertive and being an a-hole.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's okay to be assertive and say what you want. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But on the token, don't sugarcoat it either. And I think I should leave it right here. Don't sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it.
And that's with anything. Stand your ground. Do you have any last words you want to tell people?
No, I think that was dope.
Oh, okay. So I do this a lot with my friends on the shows. I do this a lot. I want you to introduce yourself, give a synopsis of who you are, what you do, where they can find you at, all that little good stuff. And I'm going to give you the flow.
All right, like she said before, my name is Devonte. You can follow me on Instagram at Young Black King, 2 Ks, 1 K in black and other K in king. You can follow me on Instagram, Young Black King, 2 Ks, 1 in black and the other one in king _ A little bit about myself is I have my own insurance company and I teach financial education. I believe now more than ever is our time for us to build and invest for our future, for our children as well. There's no better moment. I show people how to properly protect themselves and their biggest assets, and that's our families. And I believe now more than ever, we need to do it. And what better platform we have now than social media? So many young black, entrepreneurs out there doing their thing. Shout out to everybody. And follow me again, Young Black King, 2 Ks _ and like, subscribe, and comment.
Period. See you guys next time on Tezzie on the Couch. Bye.